Hey guys, my name is SigmaOT1 and welcome back to Let's All Play Kirby's Adventure. And my guest today here is...
Midnight and Beyond.
Yep, Jeffrey decided to come, or I decided to enlist Jeffrey to be Kirby. In Orange Ocean.
Who loves Orange Ocean?
The orangest level in the game! Starts off right with the orange.
The orange?
Yes, and also probably the most awkward mini-boss in the game because it's hard to fight.
Oh, I hate this guy so much.
Yeah, most of the time I don't even finish the job, I just leave. Because I'm too frustrated.
You can do that?
Yep, this is because there's a door up there. Well, I guess I want you to hit him with your water spouts, but he's too nimble for that.
Yeah, I wish past Midnight and Beyond knew about that. Many lives were lost against this guy.
Yeah, I think that's true for most anyone who played this game, as a kid especially. So, I have 3 questions prepared for all my guests in this Let's All Play. First of all, how did you come up with your username? 2, what are you currently doing on your channel, or what have you done recently, actually? And 3, what's your experience with the Kirby franchise?
Okay, so first off, my username. I wanted a username that was like, sort of a loose reference to Knights, but without being outright saying it, kind of. So that's like where Midnight and Beyond came from. It was originally going to be Magic Boy, but that username was already taken, and like the story of where that came from was like a really long, convoluted story that isn't really interesting. But,
I gotcha.
Wait, what?
I gotcha, go ahead.
Alright. So I came up with Midnight and Beyond. Like, it took like an hour just to come up with that name, but when I went to input it onto YouTube, it was already taken. So I was like, no, I worked too hard for this. So I changed the spelling on Midnight to Midnight, and now we have Midnight and Beyond.
So now we know how that's misspelled. Well, I figured it was a stylistic choice, but didn't know why.
It's actually because I'm really stupid, and I thought that's how you really spelled it. No, not really.
Okay, good. Because you had to have come up with this name when you just about two and a quarter years ago. Is that right?
I've been on YouTube for a couple years actually. Like, I think my account's like 5 years old, but I didn't start making videos until like 2 years.
Gotcha. Okay. So what about the other 2 things? I know the answer to the second question, but you still answer it anyway.
For what I've been doing on my channel, I've done pretty much mainly Nintendo things, but I've done like other things as well. Some of my more well-known projects are Chibi Robo and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, but currently I'm doing Okami and Babysitting Mama, because why not?
Babysitting Mama actually doesn't look that bad from what I've seen of your videos, but...
I'm thinking Game of the Year on this one.
Well, it came out in 2009, 2010 though, so it couldn't be Game of this year.
Game of the Decade then.
Game of the Decade. It didn't even come out this decade.
Oh,
or did it? Or did it?
Game of the Eternity.
Game of the Eternity. How about just Game of the 7th generation of gaming?
Sure, why not?
Okay. And now, last question. What's your experience with Kirby?
My experience with Kirby is actually kind of, sort of interesting. I discovered him through Smash Bros, obviously. Well, not obviously, but like, that was my first experience with him, but I, like, never played a Kirby game for such a long time. And, I'm honestly not really good at Kirby games, even though they're supposed to be really easy, but I'm just not the best at them, and...
This footage is any indication I'm not very good at Kirby either.
Yeah. Well, sorry. That was sort of rude, but,
It's okay, it's okay.
Like, as a kid, like, I loved Kirby just for the fact that he could, like, pretty much turn into any other character by copying their abilities and stuff. So, I was, like, really obsessed with the character, but I never played a Kirby game for so long. But now I finally have played Kirby games, and they're awesome.
They are awesome indeed. And I played one on video or something.
What? You didn't tell me this.
Yes, I did. Yes, and this actually takes a little bit because I'm trying to suck up both Spark guys at the same time because I think they give you a hammer ability. So otherwise it's hard, or a stone ability, I forget which hammer. And these guys are so jerkishly placed. They're placed on opposite sides of the screen, and if you try to approach it so they're both as close to the stake as they can be, one of them comes and attacks you, and then they die from touching you.
Seems like the stakes are high.
No, the stakes is actually lower than Kirby right now. It's right there.
Zap.
Because one thing I do like about this game in particular is how if you suck up two enemies at the same time, you usually get an ability that's very helpful, and usually it's the stone or the hammer. And the hammer is needed for a lot of these switches, and yes, I was going for 100% run in this, and I got that 100% rating in the end, because I'm awesome.
You are totes awesome.
Yeah, but I'm not showing it right now, because everything is going wrong. The guy on the right won't move, keeps sparking up even though there's nothing to spark. And I finally got it.
I thought it was like completely random. I know it was going to be hammer every time.
No, it's not completely random when you suck up two enemies. It's usually something that's helpful for you. Except in one instance, I think I sucked up a sleepy guy and a ball, and I got sleepy.
That's sleepy sheepy.
Not a sheep, it's a little dot guy.
There
There are no sheep in the Kirby universe.
aren't there?
None that I can remember. Maybe in the anime, but I've never really watched much of the anime.
Oh, actually, there are sheep in the anime. It's like right in the beginning. It's like there's like a huge sheep massacre in like the first episode.
Oh my. Mostly what I remember about the anime is one particular episode where King DDD is taking over TV and he's hypnotizing everybody in Dreamland to watch it, and at one point he has this stuffed doll of Kirby which he uses to insult Kirby on the air, and Kirby doesn't mind. He's just sitting there enjoying the TV because it's TV.
Remember, kids, don't watch TV, even though you're watching the TV as we tell you not to watch TV.
Yeah. Pretty much. And then I think this was actually before I ever played a Kirby game. And shortly after that, Nightmare in Dreamland came out, which is a remake of this game. And I don't have that one anymore.
What's eviler? It's Nightmare.
Yes. Even though there is a nightmare in this game.
Spoilers, jeez.
Oh, come on. Who cares if I spoil a Kirby game?
Such an engrossing story and everything, you can't do that.
No. Even at its best, Kirby has never had a huge, in-depth story. But they've had twists, but they've never really had... Oh, whatever. I still love it.
That lion loves your face.
Yes, the lion loves my face.
It's so delicious and tender.
I never got why this guy represented a fireball a bit. Okay, except for the occasion when he uses a fireball, but most of the time he's just pouncing at you or something.
A maximum tomato.
I've heard it called Maxim Tomato. It's like, why are you naming this after a porn magazine?
Because Kirby's all about that porn life.
Oh no, I'm not gonna get into that right now because I try not to.
Okay, rated E for everyone.
Rated E for everyone, yeah, that's what my channel is. No, it's not.
Oh.
I mean, I don't swear like some of my other friends do in their videos, but I try to keep it clean.
Dirty wordies are not good for you kids.
What the fruit?
Are you copying me now?
Yes, I am.
Are you ripping off the most unoriginal Let's Player in the world?
You're not the most unoriginal. Come on, you're awesome.
Have you seen my videos? All I do is quote people.
Hey, I love it.
Oh my god. I feel loved.
You can't be more unoriginal than a guy named Unoriginally Chris LPs.
Oh, but that guy's awesome. Like, he does, like, great work.
Yeah, I like his work too, but, Hi, Chris. I don't think he watches my videos.
I'll make him watch it.
You'll make him watch this.
I got connections with him.
Yeah, Chris, you do. I always found that to be a weird door, because you have to get rid of a block and then water appears, and there's no indication that there's a door there, but you have to remember there's a door there.
Shouldn't all the water be flooding in now?
Yeah, but this is video game logic. Or as Slim Kirby would say, video game logic! And I got rid of the hammer.
Why'd you do that?
Forgive me, Hammer Senpai, I got rid of the hammer.
It's no longer hammer time.
It's laser time. That's why I needed the lasers, because I needed it for the Switch. I remember now. I'm trying to remember, why did I do that? And I was like, oh yeah, switches. Switches with old man snitches.
Her.
I made it funny, and I messed up.
It looked cool though.
Uh-oh, back to the room again. Remember, kids, if you accidentally disintegrate a fuse, all you have to do is leave the room and it'll come back. Video games setting unrealistic standards for cannons and explosives everywhere.
But now it's canon that you could do that with a cannon.
Oh my... That's such a lame joke.
But it's funny and fun.
But it's my only line!
It's all I'm good for is bad puns.
So you're Chugga Conroy then?
Yes, apparently.
Apparently you're Chugga Conroy because you make puns?
No. I need to be like 50 levels of awesomeness more to be
50 level.
Conroy.
No, you need to be 20% cooler. I'm sorry.
20 and a half.
20 and a half. Okay, so we're not ripping off My Little Pony here. Good. Phew.
Wait, there is? Wait, what's that even a reference to?
20% cooler. It's a line from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Not that I watched that, it's just that I heard it from the grapevine.
I assume Rainbow Dash said it because that's all she cares about.
Bro.
She's really like, I'm the coolest. She's like Shadow.
Jeffrey is a brony.
Sure.
It's you found it. You heard it here first.
It probably isn't the first you heard that. And probably, like, depending on what your definition of a brony is.
I am not a brony.
Like, I sort of just want to outright stop watching the show just because it causes more bad than good for me nowadays. Because, like, just watching it is like a crime against humanity. And, like, it's not even that important of a show to me. It's just, like, another show that I watch. But, like, people literally hate me for it. So, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm done now. I'm just gonna leave. Thanks for the memories.
Yeah. I mean, those guys are obviously pricks, so... I tried watching it, I didn't really like it, but I'm not gonna fault anybody for enjoying it. I can see where I can see the appeal in it, just not for me.
My reason for liking it is that, like, with a lot of cartoons nowadays are, like, all super mature and stuff, and I just don't really like that with these sort of cartoons. But with My Little Pony, it's supposed to be like a children's show, but it also has that up level of maturity. So because it's supposed to be like a really little kid show that has an up level maturity, it ends up being like a normal level kids show, if that makes any sense. And I like that.
I guess. And now me trying to get those one-ups back there, cause that is a lot of one-ups, and I need them because I suck at this game. At least in this playthrough.
Yeah, 15 lives though. It's like 10 more than I ever had.
Well, I guess. That's because I just kept getting the lives, and then I figured out, oh no, Sword can't reach it. What can reach that? Probably Crash ability, but you can't really get Crash in this level. Or at least...
Beam, maybe?
Beam? Sure. There were Waddle Doos earlier in the level, but I mean, were they carrying parasols?
Waddle Poos. Use the Gordo ability.
There's no Gordo. I wish there was a... Actually, there kind of is in Kirby 64. I think if you get Spike and Bomb, you get the ability Spiky Gordo, and you explode and shoot shards of spikes everywhere.
And poop.
But it's awesome. There is a spike ability in this game too, actually. So maybe that's the closest that we're gonna get to a Gordo ability.
Whoa, okay.
And I remember the door here. It's an easy switch.
Attention, duelists! My hair is security clearance to get through this door.
Duelists? Is this Yu-Gi-Oh? Is it time to duel? No.
Time to Kirby.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Kirby it up, well, not Yu-Gi-Oh it up. What do they even call the duels in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe? Because they can't call it Yu-Gi-Oh battles, because Yu-Gi-Oh is just one guy.
They're called duel monsters.
Duel monsters, okay. They're cards!
They call Pokemon.
Yes, Pokemon is not a character in Pokemon universe.
Yes.
But Yu-Gi-Oh is a character in the Yu-Gi-Oh universe. And Phoenix Wright is a character in the Phoenix Wright universe.
What? No one told me this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Phoenix Wright, Professor Layton vs. Ace Attorney is out and I haven't. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. I've actually only played through the prologue of that game because I want to focus on beating Dual Destinies first. I am almost done with the 5th case of that game, and it is amazing.
Perfect.
Yes. Dual Destinies is actually the first Phoenix Wright game I've played, and I think a lot of that has to do with Super Genius.
Oh, you almost got one.
Yeah. It was hard to get used to the timing of the... it was hard to get used to the timing of that.
I know,
I mean, I got it...
Sorry.
I think you're supposed to get it at the bottom, the very bottom, but yeah.
For Phoenix Wright, I know you're supposed to like. It's like too late for me to say this, but like I would recommend going in order because like they're all sort of sequels to one another.
Yeah, I played The Last Spectre, and I know that's the 4th game that they released, but it's the first one in the timeline. And how lucky that I, by chance, got the first chronological game in the series by complete accident. So I guess next is Azron Legacy, is that right?
No, next is Miracle Mask, then Azron, then Curious Village, then Diabolical Box, then On One Future. And then you cry in a corner because there are no more Professor Layton games.
Well, there's Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
Oh yeah. So for that one, I'm not really sure where it is, like, canonically, because...
It has to be after Last Spectre, because Luke is there.
Yeah, so, it's some point in between... It's some point after Azron Legacy, but before Unwound Future. But, like, I can't really say why I'm confused on when it takes place, because it would be somewhat spoilerish to Diabolical Box and very spoilerish to Curious Village, so I'm not gonna say it. But
Yeah,
I'm really confused.
Good, thank you, because, I really enjoyed Last Spectre, so I'm looking forward to Miracle Mask whenever I get to play that. And hopefully, versus Phoenix Wright doesn't spoil anything that I haven't played yet.
I don't think it should. Well, sort of. I don't know. I'm really confused on like whether or not.
It probably won't make sense to me anyway. And this is probably the hardest switch to get in the entire game, or one of them at least. Because you gotta set that match. No, it's not. It's a fuse, and then you need to get into this other pit with a cannon. And I got it on my first try. Whee! Whenever Kirby gets launched out of a cannon, he hits the ground pretty violently. Anyway, I want to go back to talking about Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton.
Yeah, let's talk about that the entire video.
Even though this is Kirby.
The heck is a Kirby? You got number 1!
Kirby was found guilty of... was accused of the murder of Meta Knights. I think. Or that wall. Yeah, that Waddle Dee right there.
Yes.
Prosecutor is King DDD, and the defendant is, Okay, who could be the defendant?
Isn't Kirby the defendant?
No, okay, fine. Kirby can be the defendant and the... Oh, no, wait. I meant the,
Defense attorney?
Defense attorney. Yeah.
Defense attorney could be Tiff, because she's probably the only one who would defend Kirby.
Sure. Even though she's not in the games, so... We'll go with that.
Let's go with that.
And then we find out that the real murderer was...
Red herring!
Did he really represent a pup named Scooby-Doo?
It was the best show ever, except not really, but it was a good show.
I mean, they made Fred a... Fred's an idiot in that show, even though he's really smart in the main show, I think. Is that true? Was he smart in the real show?
I don't know, he was just sort of in it for the chicks, in my opinion. It's like,
Sure.
He's always like, let's split up, gang, I'll take the ladies while you guys go get lost, or something like that.
And then Daphne was this snob, and she had, like, her butler come and clean up anything
Oh
dirty.
yeah, that's right. I remember.
And, I mean, she wasn't like that in the regular show at all.
She didn't have a butler anymore.
Yeah. And I don't remember how, Velma was.
She had like a giant computer in like a suitcase.
Oh yeah, was she like that in A Pup Named Scooby-Doo as well?
Oh, yeah, that's how she was in A Pup Named Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
She was pretty much the same in like both shows.
Yeah, same with Scooby and Shaggy. I mean, it's hard to mess them up, but they messed up. In my opinion, they messed up Daphne and Freddy.
Well, they were kids and stuff. Like, when you're a rich kid, you'll be all snobby about it, and you're like a Freddy kid, you'll be stupid, but then you'll be smart, sort of, kind of.
Sure.
In the future!
And then in the movies, like, Daphne's always a damsel in distress, and she wasn't like that in the show.
Was she a damsel in distress?
Not in the show. She
Like, in the movies? Which movie?
the first one, the live-action one.
Oh, I don't remember those.
I remember liking it as a kid, but then
I remember...
looking back, it's not really that great.
I remember the Loch Ness Monster one, and, like, the El Chupacabra.
I remember this time where Cartoon Network was just pumping out sequel after sequel of movies for both Tom and Jerry and for Scooby-Doo, and it was insane.
Yeah, I don't get all that much. It's Aqua Taka. The first Tom and Jerry movie was, like, really cool, though.
Well, I heard it was it committed the biggest sin that Tom and Jerry should never commit, that Tom and Jerry talked.
Yeah.
But you liked it?
I was fine with it, I guess, because, like, it was, like, their first movie, and it was, like, something, like, crazy that could happen in a Tom and Jerry movie, so...
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I never saw it myself. I always just watched the shorts if they were on TV, and I enjoyed them.
It's actually, like, kind of surprising, because, like, it is, like... Imagine it's, like, the last thing you ever seen from Tom and Jerry, and, like, it's actually a really satisfying ending, like, for something you wouldn't expect to have a satisfying ending, or something you wouldn't think you would want.
Yeah. And King D... I mean, Meta Knight's army killed me.
Aww.
Rest in peace, Kirby. No, he's back, he's back. Never mind, false alarm.
Hooray!
We're just not talking about the game very much, but that's okay, because...
We're playing a video game?
No, I'm actually not playing a video game, because this is pre-recorded.
You're ruining the movie magic, man.
This is not movie magic, this is a Let's Play, and I never claimed that I was playing the game live. I mean, in your Let's All Play, you actually had the guys witness the game live, so...
Live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Or something. And you keep the game hidden from everybody, and that... I like that edge. But I don't think I would have been able to pull that off with what I was doing.
It seemed like the later episodes, the lag got like really bad. Like at the beginning, it was like only like a 5-second lag, but then like for some reason, in the end turned out being like a 30-second lag. I was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, I guess that's bound to happen when you're doing it live. And Meta Knight's up next.
Oh my god!
One of my favorite
spoiler.
This is one of my favorite fights in the game because it's an all-out sword fight with the guy that you've been seeing through the entire game.
It's one of my favorite fights because you can't lose your weapon no matter how many times you get hit.
Yeah, which they did this in Kirby's Adventure before they did it in Superstar and the rest. Well, in Superstar, I had a really easy time with this fight because the AI was being pretty dumb on this particular fight, and I don't know why. It was at least giving me enough chance. He's Black Kirby.
Oh my god.
Kirby's a racist.
Look at the happy moon in the background.
Yes, he hates the Happy Moon too. He's a racist.
Oh. Sad panda.
Okay, he's actually he's a happy Kirby.
GG cutting off the text. The
yes.
rainbow.
Dang it, Rainbow. But yes, next is Rainbow Resort, and we will have somebody new when we tackle this level. So, this has been SickVOT1. Thank you for watching Let's All Play Kirby's Adventure, up to this point at least, and thank you to Jeffrey/Midnight for joining me on this co-commentary.
Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Bye-bye!